Hi guys! I wanted to show you how easy it is to make your own Traveler's Notebook insert using scrapbook paper. So I have got the August Citrus Twist Kit scrapbook kit, and I am just going to go through these papers, and I'm going to choose 3, but you can choose really as many as you want. Pick out 3 papers that I like and that all coordinate together. It's going to be important later on that the pages do match each other because you'll be folding them and you'll have 2 designs facing each other. So now I've found the 3 that I'm going to use, and I just knock them all together, and I have made myself a little template here. So it is 9 inches by 8¼ inches, and it is important that you make sure you get it round the right way. If there are patterns that are top to bottom, like those kites are, and the square grids, because I don't really want to use the yellow, then it is important that the 9 inches is going across and the 8¼ is going down. Now if you've got a larger paper trimmer, which I don't, then you could use that, but I am just going to use a cutting mat and a craft knife to cut my papers down to the correct size. And now I've got all 3 pieces cut down to the 9 by 8¼ inches. I can go ahead and fold them all in half on the 9-inch side. So all of these are going to now be folded into 4½ inches by 8¼ inches. And because scrapbook paper is a little bit thicker, I do tend to fold it back and forward a couple of times just to make sure that the fold is really flat. And now's the fun bit. Now you get to match patterns. So I'm just going to play around with them and find the combinations that I like that work together. So I really like the kite with the 2-tone pink grid, and I'm thinking that I might have the wood grain paper as my cover, but I'm just testing to see whether there's anything else I like. But I think that's how I'm going to have it. So I'm going to have this watercolory looking one with the grey dots and the wood grain as my cover. So this is how my finished Traveler's Notebook is going to work. And it will give me roughly 5-6 spreads that I can decorate, but that will already have a background ready. So I'm just putting them all together, and I'm clipping them with a couple of binder clips, and then I am just going to stitch these bits of paper together. So I'm using just a punching mat and just a drawing pin, and I'm going to punch holes every sort of ½ inch or so down there, and then I'm going to thread it with this vintage gold twine. If you've got a long arm stapler, you could always staple them, and if you don't have a long arm stapler but also don't want to stitch it, I'll put the link to my other Traveler's Notebook tutorial up the top here so you can see how you can staple a Traveler's Notebook insert with just a regular stapler. So I'm just threading my needle, and I'm going to double it over and tie a knot in the end. I'm going to start by threading the needle through the first hole I punched, and then just do a running stitch all the way down one side of the notebook. I will speed this up for you because it did take a little bit of time. I love the gold thread, but you could use anything, embroidery floss or regular just sewing machine thread, whatever takes your fancy. And then once I've gone all the way down one side, I go all the way back up the other, filling in any of the gaps. And then once I get back up to the top, I'm just gonna just tie a few knots at the top. I think I tie 2 or 3 just to make sure it's well secure. And now you can totally just trim off your thread here, or because mine's quite long, I thought maybe I might leave it as sort of a bookmark, could tie an embellishment or something onto the end of it and have just a wee page marker. I thought that would be quite cute too. Now I'm going to leave my book as is because it's not that fat. I'm just sort of bending the pages back and forth a little bit, but you could also trim the edges down so they are flush. I would probably trim off maybe 1/4 inch just to make it all sit nicely. These kits came with this vintage lace, and I think that'll be great down the side. Here's an example of one of these inserts that I've made previously, and you can see all the lace and bits and pieces that I've added to the edge of it. I really love that look. And this would be so easy to do with these Citrus Twist kits, scrapbook kits as well. So now the fun part, go and embellish and enjoy making your own traveler's notebook inserts. These are so fun and I can't wait to get started filling this one up with all my memories. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!